Hi Capricorn. This is the reading for Capricorn Sun, Moon or Rising for January 2021. And Capricorn, I already got your cards, they are up here, and then we can jump straight into your reading. So starting our reading, we start with the card that represents your energy. So how are you stepping into 2021? How are you starting January? And we got the Moon. So moving through difficulties, trying to attach yourself to faith that things will get better, that even though you can't see everything that is lying ahead of you, you need to release control and trust in the path that is ahead of you. And especially now with the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by the Star card. And the Star card comes right before the Moon. So in the star, we find out that we have our own inner star, that we have that light shining inside of us. And when we go to the Moon card, the path ahead is not only illuminated by the moon, which barely illuminates our path, just enough for us to see and be safe, but we can see the things that are around us. Besides the moonlight, we also have the starlight within us. So it's almost as if you are having to trust the own inner light that you have discovered through the last 2 years to keep on walking. But there is still that sense of insecurity in here, because this is a card of faith, as I said. So this is not a card of certainties. This is not the sun yet. You're not yet in the sun. You're in the moon. So you have no idea what's going around you. You have no idea where you're walking towards. And that can feel very uncomfortable, especially for Capricorn, which is a sign of status, of climbing up the ladder, of achievement, of success, of climbing to the top. And even though you are ruled by Saturn, so you are very aware that there's a lot of work, a lot of effort that needs to be employed in any successful situation, in any achievement, you still like to be, you like that feeling of certainty. You are an earth sign, so you like to feel the firm ground under your feet. And when we are in the moon, there is no firm ground, because these are Piscean realms. This is Neptunian. So everything's foggy, everything is misty. And that can be very uncomfortable for Capricorn. But I think that you are stepping in a place in which you are learning how to be comfortable in your uncomfortableness. So the environment, the people around you, situations around you, whatever is going on in your energy, we have the Six of Water. And the Six of Water is a card of past situations, of family. And usually I do get a very positive message from this card, but what I'm feeling here is that you are still attached to what was, to your past self. Because with all the big conjunctions going in your sign for the last 2 years, right? And just a lot of energy. All the solar and lunar eclipses also going on in your sign for the last 2 years, 1.5 years. I think that you are still very attached to the old self. And so when I look at this card, when I say the environment here, I don't see the environment as other people around you, as your family, as situations around you. It's almost as if your old self is still lingering around as that ghost that you keep on looking at. So if you can see here in this card, she's looking at her reflex. And it's almost as if she's mourning that image reflected in there. So there is a resistance here. I feel this resistance in letting go of who you were, who you used to be, of that image that you created for yourself. Because Capricorn is a zodiac of image, right? It's the 10th house. So it's the image that we project to the outside, that we project to other people. And Capricorn can be quite attached to that, of how they are seen. And I think that with all these big conjunctions going on, how you project yourself to the world has been changing dramatically, and it's been hard to let go of that. So I see that it's almost as the environment here is the ghost of your past self that is still lingering around. That's interesting. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. Yeah, see, the Tower. Everything ended so abruptly, and when everything ended, it could be an external situation, but I do see this as you, as a part of you. This Tower here, I see very connected with your own self, with the own idea that you have of yourself, with the image that you project to the world. Also, if you are a Capricorn ascendant, then it's your first house. So it's really the image, how you connect with the environment, the image that you project. And it's been going through this deep transformation that can be quite scary, because the first house, the image, the 10th house, right? The midheaven, this is something that is very important to you. So for you, how you project yourself to the world is very important. It's personal for Capricorns. It's part of your identity. And when it's destroyed, when it's brought down, it can be quite scary. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, having to abandon old projects here. Yeah, this I'm gonna continue open and then we'll talk about it. Okay, this is really nice here. 10 of Cups under the Tower. The Strength in the reverse, right under the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and in the middle of your reading. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 4 of Cups in the reverse. The Knight of Swords. The 10 of Wands. Okay, I really like this first column here, but let's talk about the first row first. So I talked to you about the Tower, right? And for me, the Tower clearly represents this ending of a part of your personality. But here with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, do you see how she's nurturing that pentacle? She's looking at the accomplishments that she's been collecting throughout her life. And she puts it all together in that one pentacle, that one thing that really matters. And now it shows up here in the reverse. So this is something that you're having to leave behind, that you had to leave behind from this Tower. And I like seeing the Chariot next to it, because this is a Cancer card, and Cancer is your opposite sign. So it's your shadow self. It's that nurturing part of you that sometimes is hard for you to acknowledge in yourself, so you usually project. Other people are caring, other people are nurturing, while you are the hard work who puts the bread on the table. But I see you entering, forcing yourself almost to go into this Chariot, which ties with that Moon that I said in the beginning, you know? It's like it's not comfortable to you, but you are learning how to be comfortable in your uncomfortableness. You are doing it anyway. You are moving forward anyway. So mentally, you are still attached to the past, to that idea of you. Or this could even be a project itself. Like this could be a real project, a relationship, any idea that you had to leave behind. So for some of you, this could be something tangible. For some of you, this can be really the aspect of yourself. I see that for most of you, this is an idea that you had of yourself, though, of how your life would be, of how things were moving to you. So you mentally, you are still attached to that, but you are joining your efforts to move forward with the Chariot here. So even though it's uncomfortable, you are like, yeah, but I'll just keep on moving. I need to focus my efforts, so focusing both Sphinxes here towards my goal and keep on moving. Because the Chariot doesn't deviate from its course and it's unstoppable. Once it starts moving, it goes. And when we come here to the second row, I really like this 10. I'm going to talk about both the 10 of Cups and this 4 of Cups in the reverse here. Because the thing is, what I see is that maybe all these achievements, all these projects, all of these ideas of yourself, they were very important to you and you were very connected to them. But in order for you to reach your true personal fulfillment here, that ending had to come. You had to transform that part of yourself. You had to reshape it. Because that is the way to your 10 of Cups. That's what will lead you to this 10 of Cups. And you're starting to see that, because for a while, I think you didn't want to accept that idea, that something was over and something new had to take place. But with the 4 of Cups in the reverse here, I see that you're starting to change your mind. You're starting to look up towards this cup and see that, yeah, there is something there for you. And that something is the cup that will start the journey towards your all of these 10 cups here, to your happiness, to your fulfillment. And then we have the Strength card in the reverse next to this 10 of Cups in the reverse. So it's like we have a lot of reversals and conflict going on here, especially in this middle column. So in your mind, there's still all of this going on, but with the Strength in the reverse here, it's like, yeah, sometimes I think it's very hard for you to control your own thoughts. It's very hard for you to truly detach from the Tower moment, from what you had before the Tower moment, right? Because we saw that there is this ghost of your past self lingering in your environment. So with the Strength here in the reverse, it's still hard. You're still connected to that pentacle. You're forcing yourself to move forward, but in your mind, you're still in there. You're still in that place. Even here, when we have the Chariot is right on top of this 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So this was something very concrete, something that you believe to be very concrete. And I think that the idea of it being so concrete is starting to fall out for you. Maybe this was never the 10 of Pentacles, because it is in the reverse here. So maybe this was never what you thought it was. And I think you're starting to get acquainted with the idea that this was never what you actually thought it was. And that's why you're moving forward, because you want to find the true 10 of Pentacles. And for some of you, it can be, especially if you are connecting more with that Cancerian side that I said in the beginning, it can be that, for instance, for some of you, after this year and after spending so much time at home and being more connected with your family, maybe for some of you, you are actually finding out that you prefer to have a family, you prefer to have happiness in your home life, here with the 10 of Cups, at the expense of abandoning your career or of making less money. I also see a transformation in that sense for some of you. So maybe some of you have kids, and after spending more time with them, now during the pandemic and being at home and working from home, you're finding out that you want to take on this role of spending more time with your family, but for that you will need to sacrifice your career, the amount of money that you make. And that is hard, because Capricorn is very connected with their financial and with their financial success and with their career success. And still, this is a new side of you that you're finding out, right? That descendant in Cancer, that 7th house cup in Cancer, that part of you that is your shadow self, that is very true, very preeminent, but that you don't always see, you project. So I see that for some of you. And then we have here on the bottom row, I like how this Knight of Swords, and I see this Knight of Swords as you, and he's rushing straight into that 4 of Cups in the reverse. So the Knight of Swords come from this strength. And I think that even though you will enter 2021 in this strength in the reverse position here, with still being too attached to your past, I think that suddenly, and I don't know if this will happen in January or if this will happen later on, like maybe 2-3 months into the new year, I feel like there will be a sudden click. It just clicks to you and you start moving very fast, rushing into this 4 of Cups in the reverse. You know, that opportunity, that thing that you have been seeing and wanting, but saying, nah, nah, you know, that 10 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment, that opportunity to spend more time with your family, to focus yourself in your family, something like that you have been avoiding for a while, and then suddenly you lift your eyes, you see that cup, and you decide to take it, and you rush in completely. And then you end the reading with the 10 of Wands here. And I like actually the 10 of Wands for you. I usually don't like this card, but for Capricorn I do, because this for me is Saturn all over. Is knowing, it's a lot of effort. This is a very heavy burden to carry. This is effort and work. But if there is one zodiac who really knows how to do that, is you. If there's one zodiac that really knows that everything requires effort and time, sustained effort, is you. Right? Because you are a cardinal sign. And cardinal signs, they all have this thing of having a spark. They are good starters, but they don't have the stamina to continue, but not Capricorn, because even though you are a cardinal sign, you're also ruled by Saturn, so you have both. You have both the energy to start things, and you have the stamina to continue for as long as you need. So with the Chariot here, so we have the Chariot, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse here, and then this 10 of Wands in the reverse. So this is a starting energy with the Chariot that you are willing to sustain over time. You know that everything requires work. Be it this new beginning that you're having here, be it being committed with your personal happiness, whatever it is, you know that it requires work, it requires effort, and effort is something that Capricorn is always willing to put. Just one thing that I would tell you is that don't make everything your job also, because the 10 of Cups is a card of fulfillment, but don't treat everything as if it was a job that you need to succeed at any cost. Don't treat your own happiness as an obligation. This is also an energy of releasing, right? Of learning. So there needs to be a combination, a balance between letting things flow and enjoying yourself in the moment with the 10 of Cups and putting effort towards it. But be careful not to exchange your career, your goals for happiness, and then make that happiness your new job, your new full-time job, but in a way that is also heavy and burdensome. Okay, so let's take a look at the Animal Spirit card, and this is an energy that you're either having to embody in the cycle or that is around you and that you should be aware of. So let's see. Oh wow, okay, so this is the crow. And what I see here with the crow is he travels between two worlds. So I see the crow here as that mystical energy, almost as the guardian between the spirit and the earth realms. So I see you traveling in between these two worlds, right? This passage that you're having of abandoning your old life and accepting the new you that is resurfacing here. So just know that you won't be completely here or completely there yet. You are in this in-between space, and it's fine. Right now you are the crow, so you can travel between these two worlds. You can connect them. You can connect your old self from your new self. It doesn't need to be such an abrupt change. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some extra cards here for each row, just to see if we can get any extra messages or if we can clarify it in any way. Let's see what else we have for you here. Let me have some more tea. Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is the Four of Stones here. And it's called Protection. And it's interesting how this card shows up in this deck. This is the Wildwood Tarot. So what I would say here is, I know that it's hard to leave who you were, what you built behind. But the thing is, what this card tells me is that you don't need to leave this behind. You can still hold on to it, but integrate it in your new life. So use these pentacles as these standing stones here, as the shelter. You can still use this as experience for the new path that you're stepping into. You don't need to completely abandon it, but you need to reformulate how you use it. You need to adapt it into your new circumstances. Okay, so we got the King of Bows, which is the King of Wands. And again, this is a very powerful energy. It just shows me here, it gives again that impression of taking on the job. You know, whatever job you're defining for yourself, you're just showing up to it with all your strength, with the King of Bows. And for some reason, I get again that part of this transformation here, for some of you, not all of you, but I feel that for some of you, it's very connected with this taking care of other people, nurturing someone else. Because we have this big snake here at the top, and I see it as the leader, as this King of Wands, but then we have 3 other snakes here. And for me, it's almost as if this snake is leadering these other ones here, taking care of them almost. I see this as these snakes being its family. So I think that for some of you, there could be a message for that, of something that you are leaving behind or putting on pause for now in order to dedicate yourself to taking care of other people, which is that Cancerian side that you're integrating. And as I said this, I just realized that, yeah, this could be very connected with this message that I said about the Four of Stones, you know? You are a leader. You are someone who can show up and take care of things. And if what you want right now is to focus on the people around you, you can adapt that role, you know? Adapt the Cancerian side of it. So bring in the Cancerian side of it, of being that leader, of being that protector, and do that from an emotional point of view instead of a practical, pragmatic point of view that is very Capricornian. So it's a quality that can be adaptable to your new situation. I don't want these cards. Okay, so let's see the last one. And we have the Page of Vessels, which is the Page of Cups. Yeah, I think it's important for you here, Capricorn, to kind of allow yourself some magic. Because if you know the Page of Cups in the Rider-Waite, it's the image of a boy, and he's holding a cup, and there's a fish coming out of that cup. So it's allowing himself to imagine, to dream a bit, to daydream. And it comes right next to this 10 of Wands here. So allow those joyful moments to be part of your life as well. Allow those dreaming moments to be part of your life. Not everything needs to be work. Not everything needs to be hard work. Yeah, you know how to do it very well. But allow yourself to play. Yeah, and as I say play, I didn't realize, but I just see that this is an otter. And it says here otter. And one of the other zodiacs got the otter card, the otter spirit. And they are very playful. They are living in the moment. They are enjoying the moment. And they are super playful animals. If you have seen them somewhere swimming, they are adorable. They are just so happy. They have such a good energy in them. So not everything needs to be effort, not everything needs to be burden. We know that you can do it. We know, okay, Capricorn? We know how capable you are. Everybody knows, and you know. So allow yourself some space to have fun, to play a bit, to enjoy life a bit. Like as if no one is watching, as if you don't need to show yourself to the world, play as if no one is watching, as if you can forget your outside image for a minute. Just play. Okay, so let's take some oracle cards for you. Wow, new moon eclipse. Expect powerful changes. I mean, they are already coming. We saw with the tower, with the moon, like change is all about, your life is all about change for the last 2 years, right? And then I want to get one from this. Okay. Bring it into form. Yeah, so this reminds me again of that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. To bring something new into form, you don't need to completely let go of the past. You can use it as ingredients in this new cake that you're baking. You can dismantle that and you can use those as ingredients. But you need to start bringing this new life into form. And there is time because you are in that in-between energy. Keep on moving through the moon with the chariot. Keep on moving because this is something that you need to bring into form. But know that you will still be attached to that ghost of the past. Just don't let this energy dominate because here right now it's in the environment. So I said it's very present in your life, very present around you. But you need to start bringing that into form, this new version of you, more and more, Even though the crow here allows you to be in the in-between, more and more you need to be in this energy and less in the past. Okay, Capricorn, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you liked it, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I do work with private consultations, both tarot readings and also astrological charts, and I have my website linked at the description box, so you can check it out if you like. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.